Let's make some giant paper poinsettias. You're going to need 5 sheets of construction paper, 3 red, 1 green, and 1 yellow. Cut the red into strips of 3 inches by 12 inches. You're going to need 7 of them for each poinsettia. Then on each strip, you're going to put a little bit of hot glue and then fold them over on themselves. I know this sounds a little weird, but once you do it, it'll make complete sense. You're basically forming little cones. This is what the petals of the poinsettia are going to be. You want to make sure there's no gaps at the bottom. Next, we want to really give it a beautiful petal shape on the top as well. So in order to do that, you're going to want to cut off the extra overlap of the strip. Once you trim off that top part into a point, there might be a little bit of extra that needs a tad bit of hot glue on the side. So you're going to want to shape each one of your cones in this same way. Now, instead of calling them cones, we can call them petals. And it's time to attach the petals to each other. So I'm just going to use a little line of hot glue and start gluing each of the petal shapes together. I always like to lay them out first on my table just so I can get an idea of where they're all going to fit in. And if they don't meet up perfectly in the middle, don't stress because you're not even going to be able to see that little middle hole. On the last one, you want to make sure that you put glue on both sides so it's completely secure when it's put in place. Now it's time to make the leaves. I decided to just go with 2 leaves, but I think it would also be really pretty if you did 4 leaves. I took my 9 by 12 construction paper and folded it in half, and then folded each half in half. This just ensured that my leaves were even. And I kept my shapes pretty basic here, but you can use your creativity on what your leaves look like. From here, you're just going to attach them to the back of your petals. I just put a little hot glue right on the end and then put them out to the sides. I made sure that they kind of fanned out on the in-between parts of the petals. Now let's put together the inside part of the flower. So cut a strip off of that yellow construction paper. Mine is about 2 inches. And then you're going to cut a whole bunch of little strips all the way down the entire piece. So they're nicely attached on one side, but completely loose and separated on the other. Then you want to roll it up. Once it's rolled up nice and tight, you can use the edge of your scissors or even a pencil to kind of fan those little pieces outwards. Then add a little bit of hot glue and you're going to put this right in the middle of your petal arrangement. From here, you might want to fan out those yellow strips just a little bit more, but honestly, it's really coming together nicely. And you could totally just leave it as is, but I wanted to add a little hanger on the back. So using those extra pieces of yellow, I just attached them to each other and then folded it over the same way we did the petals, except I kept a little gap there to make a loop. I added a little bit of hot glue on the back and attached it directly over the middle. And now, in addition to the poinsettias, they also have little hangers. I absolutely love them. Thanks so much for giving me the idea, and I'll see y'all back next time.